What's going on everyone, this is Anton. I haven't been able to make a video in a while and it was regarding my move to a new apartment. As for now, me and my new team are back on track to finish this jekyll series. And when I say my team, I mean me and my cats. Today we are going to talk about jekyll variables. We have used variables in previous videos, and if you were not sure about something, let's clear things out. Everything we have in YAML format matter is a variable. There are different types of variables in jekyll. Certain variables are global. Those are site, page, content, and paginator. Site variables are set in the config file, and jekyll comes with a few of them preset. We have the ability to add our custom variables and change already set ones, as we did by changing the site title. Jekyll does not watch for changes inside your configuration file. Therefore, every time you edit the file, you should restart jekyll in order to apply the changes. To insert a site variable in your layout or page, you need to use dot notation as site.variable, as we did to output the Twitter name in our footer. Content variable is what is rendered in the layout files as content for post or page. Paginator lets you configure pagination if you don't want to display all of your posts on the same page. I will go more in depth into paginator on a future video. Jekyll also has predefined variables as the ones that come with default Jekyll installation. You can define new variables in the YAML front matter or redefine predefined ones. If we take a look at the code of our blog post, you can see that the redefined default variables as layout, title and date, as well as defined custom variables as preview image or m keywords. There are other variables for this blog post that were predefined as permalink, published, categories, or tags. Last two are empty by default, while permalink's default value is categories, year, month, day, title.html, which you can play around with if you are not happy with it. For example, as we do not publish so often, we can get rid of the day part. Therefore, permalink will be categories, year, month, title.html. Now our post does not have the date in the URL. Published variable is set to true by default. We can set it to false and current post will disappear from posts list on the blog page. Let's return it to true. As you may recall from the introduction video, when we wanted our blog post to have blog in the URL, and we could achieve it by adding a category block to every post or adding the permalink to every post, and those two ways are not as efficient, we created a blog folder in our jekyll root directory and moved posts folder inside the blog folder, and now all posts appear with the block in the URL. Enough for the theory. Let's get our hands dirty with a practical example. Let's use page.next and page.previous variables as an example. We are going to add previous and next buttons at the end of our post pages, so we can go from blog post to the next or previous blog post without returning to the blog page. To do so, we need to go to our post template and after the content variable insert two of our new buttons. Let's create a row with an unordered list with a class pager, which will have two list items with tags previous and next that will contain an anchor tag. Now let's insert a liquid tag with dot notation site have attribute to get the URL of the previous post and type older post inside the tag. Then do the same for the next link. Save the file and see how it looks on the blog post. Now we can see the links at the end of the blog post. And if we click on them, it will take us to the previous or next blog posts. However, we are not finished yet, because if we go to the latest post, we will still see the next post link, and we know that there is no next blog post. If we click on it, it will reload the page. This is not what we want, so let's wrap the list item with an if statement, where we check for the page.previous value. If page.previous exists, it will output the link. If it will output nil, nothing will be rendered. The link is not generated on the latest post now. Let's do the same for the next button. Now we can see our buttons on all blog posts. Let's customize them more by adding the title of the previous or next blog post. To do so, we insert a line break after the anchor content and put a liquid tag with page.next.title to get the title of the next blog post. Now this is a complete example and everything inside this round border is a link. They will take us to the previous or next blog post and they won't appear if you find yourself on the last or newest blog post. To sum up what we have learned in this video, we looked at the global, default and custom variables. We redefined some and looked into the dot notation with a practical example. I will leave the link to the jekyll variable documentation in the description. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. See you in the later videos. Bye.